at this point of the season, you probably appreciate the rest, the game off. So I think if anything, Otahu possibly gain a little advantage out of that, but I don't think Mount Albert will be too worried about it. They're here now, and they'll be down to play. And look, most of these guys, if you're in a Fox Memorial team, we should be fit enough to get through a day like this anyway. So Otahu get us underway with a scruffy kick down the middle of the ground. I think it's Kitiona Pasini with the first hit up of the match.
Interesting that their kickoff was along the ground. They chose not to go to air, so we'll be seeing whether there's any other short kicks that are played out as well. There's been a few of those today at the tournament, and a few of them have actually burgled the ball back at the halftime. At halftime and at the start of the match. So here comes Mount Albert.
An early shift out towards the left, Mount Albert. Try their duck down the edge, but it's a good tackle from, I think it may have been the number 12, George Werner.
Otahu trying to get the chat on, trying to get their shape, looking for fast line speed off the defence line. Great kick there.
It's going to sit up in goal by the look of it, and will drift dead, so Otahu will get the 20-metre restart.
Otahu on the big settle out now. Take the first one. Two on the tackle, let's sap a bit of energy.
By the way, I just gave the key to Corey. I don't know if it is his car. So if you've got a pause, sorry.
So Otahu now rocking it out up towards halfway, and Connor Purcell will get a carry here, draws them in and passes, and now a little bit of space out on the left wing here.
Oh, great hands.
And there's
I missed what happened to the player who offloaded, but
player down and back play, so we have a little pause here with time off as we attend to a player on the ground who's a little worse for wear after copying a hit there, so we will get back to the action.
Didn't see the contact.
Once the player has been seen to. Medical staff come onto the field now to...
What's the conversation going on? I mean, it was on his fingertips at his bootlaces that I can't see his number from here, but I think he's one of the front rowers. And in back play there looks like may have been a head clash. Don't know if it was with another player or with the ground. And we hope that player is okay.
We'll keep you updated on that. While we do that, Troy, perhaps talk a little bit about the upcoming Fox Memorial Premiership competition kicking off on April 8 and 9, and I think we got the grand final rematch between Papakura and Point Chev to get us going again. You've spent a bit of time around the Fox clubs this year so far in the pre-season, mate. How's everyone kind of tracking, and what's the general feeling around the clubs you've visited?
Oh, a lot of enthusiasm, you know, and you know, out of the 250 odd players that play on the Fox, they all dedicate their time. You know, these guys work as well as train, and certainly want to put in a big effort. The competition itself is fairly healthy, and in regards to the sizes of some of the squads, I think even the coaches were impressed on how many they were having, you know, turn up to the pre-season training. If I sort of go through it as quick as I can, Point Chevalier Pirates, you know, they trained down at the beach, and they had a couple of early morning sessions down there, and Papakura Sea Eagles managed to catch up with them, and they were doing a lot of hill work out in the back forest of Totra Park. That player's not well. Marist were doing a lot of leg work, a lot of endurance at their home ground. Mount Albert were doing a lot of skill work when I managed to get over to there. Big surprise was the amount of guys at the Tier 2 Roosters, and they were training hard. They were training the house down. So big ups to the Roosters out there, and good luck for their 2017 season. Northcote, they were well structured in regards to their training. A lot of activity around body strength as well as conditioning for them. And as we get ready to restart the play here, I'll come back to the balance of the other clubs.
Yeah, and just to update any family or friends watching at home, the injured player Dion Pukiroa, he's up and on his feet, which is a good sign. Just been helped off the field there, so we wish Dion all the best in his recovery, but he is up and walking, which is a great sign. So just left the field to a round of applause from the big crowd here at the Hibiscus Coast Raiders, and we are about to get back underway between Mount Albert and Otahu in the plate final.
Mount Albert restart, fake with the inside, offload to the outside edge and run straight into a big shoulder.
So interesting to see how that little stoppage kind of changes possible momentum in the game. Of course, Odahu had just made a break when it went down. Ended up being a knock-on, so play on from that point. So Mount Albert now will work it out, and they're still stuck inside their own half as we approach the third tackle, as Evelyn Brooker rocks up from the Akarana Falcons.
Graces us with her appearance from the Auckland Rugby League Administration Day. And Evelyn, how's that gone?
I was at the Cornwall Park games today.
Okay, well, naughty. You should have been at the ARL Administration Day. I'll pass that message on to Pat. Right, back to the action live. There's that a knock-on, just missed that.
And of course, some of you may have spent the morning out at the Ruben Wiki Challenge games, which was where Evelyn was. So trust you enjoyed those games. If so, a great initiative, which is really going to help the development of our young talent in New Zealand. So great to see all the players out there getting involved in that, and we wish everyone well. Hope it went well today in their games and in future fixtures as well. As we return to the action here at Stanmore Bay on Auckland's Hibiscus Coast, with Otahu to pack down the scrum right on halfway, and the ref almost gets involved in the play there unwillingly.
And I'd have to say, I think that's the first scrum we've seen today, Corey, on the number 1 field.
Yeah, there hasn't been many of them, Troy. It's been pretty open kind of style of play, and obviously with the nines concept, you want to avoid as many stoppages as you can. So, and the refs have done a fantastic job today of keeping the play moving and keeping the game exciting for everyone down here at Stanmore Bay. So Otahu now take it forward, and they're about 10 metres out from the line. It's a good carry forward there by Connor Purcell. Back out towards the left, it's a loose ball, but Otahu should recover. In fact,
that's a little bit sloppy. Now we're in trouble. Here come the Lions. He's missed it.
And it's Mark Graham on the chase, and Otahu are going to get out of jail here, but boy, that was sloppy from them. Had to dive on the loose ball down there.
They got a counter attack.
Might well turn it into a positive here.
Let's see how fast to play the ball is. Otahu looming up on the right-hand side. Quick play the ball.
Gaps here in the middle of the park, but Mount Albert have done well to reset their line after all that, and it's Wesley Talty now taking it forward, and he's hard to tackle first up, but well held on to in the end there by Mount Albert.
We're bringing it back to the short side. Cut out pass.
Lovely cut out pass. Still just a little bit short of the line there. Quick play the ball needed. There's gaps out to the left here, but they're numbered up again, Mount Albert. And excellent work there initially from the number 12, George Vuna. Draws the man and finds his winger unmarked, and Otahu first on the board here, 4-0 with a kick to come from the sideline.
And you've got to wonder at this part of the competition, how important are these kicks?
Yeah, well, man, we almost saw a missed conversion cost Hibiscus Coast earlier in the semi-final for the top division. That one was from in front, this one from the sideline, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But yeah, I mean, every point counts at this stage.
Been a fabulous day down here at the Hibiscus Raiders home ground. The weather certainly turned it on for the later part of the afternoon, and if you've just joined us, please like, tag and share the ARL. Just as he's had not a great kick at goal. Share the link for the SportSafe 9s. It is through the aucklandleague.co.nz website or the Facebook page for the Auckland Rugby League. Back to the restart.
As we get back underway, we've just had some results come in from today's matches involving Akarana and Counties. In the 16s, Akarana coming away with a 30 points to 16 victory over Counties, and in the 18s, an absolute thriller. And the teams couldn't be split at the end, locked at 16 all between Akarana and Counties. So thank you for the update from Evelyn Brooker, who has arrived to support the teams.
Everybody is at attention.
That's right, absolutely. And now
here we go, Mount Albert on the edge.
Towards the right, and it's Joseph Price who's caused trouble all day on the edges. Tries to get for the quick play of the ball, and it's going to be a penalty. So Price will take the quick tap now here, and they've got numbers towards the right. Price will go back infield. Otahu now trying to get that first up contact right, and in the end managed to slow the play of the ball down. And it's Tui Samoa at dummy half.
He's faked left and come back on the short side. He found space.
Mark Graham was in a little bit of space there. Just did the old no-look sort of flick out the back there. Didn't come off that time, but the right idea from Mount Albert. Prepared to chance their arm early.
So it's been a wee bit of a tussle this game. They've gone up and down the field. I don't think anybody's panicking at this point. And Otahu have made, the best of their opportunities that have been presented.
So Otahu now will work it out and through the veteran, Freddie Turofinoa, a stalwart of the Otahu club, and he'll be on deck again this year to try and help get them back into the Fox. Of course, relegated for the first time in their proud history last year. And the plan is to get straight back into the top division under John Ackland as head coach. Now approaching halfway, and a dart out of dummy half.
Oh, he split them.
And he has split them, he's burnt them, and he's through. And it's Afu Saanga.
Great individual Friday for Otahu. Well done. Right under the yellow.
Yeah, now I go to the body language, and Mount Albert, I think that took a bit of wind out of their sails. And just a small lapse like that to be split, that 4 points could be detrimental.
Yeah,
and they've added the 2 on top. So that's going to be a real battle, that one, to come back with. Great to have the CEO, Managing Director from SportsSafe New Zealand, who's just joined us in commentary box. And in regards to some of the football that you've managed to see so far, Mark, how have you thought that the games have gone?
Oh, just fantastic, Troy. Standard as high as usual.
That last game was an absolute cliffhanger, and I know that there'll be a lot of replays played off that. We're into a massive clash here with Otahu and Mount Albert, and we'll look forward to catch up with you fairly soon, Mark.
Yep, looking forward to that too.
Okay, so our sponsors have arrived over in the commentary box, and I believe, if I could find her, she's tucked out round the corner. Mark Miller and Karen Miller as the directors of SportsSafe down here enjoying the football, along with the rest of the supporters at the Hibiscus Raiders home ground.
We get back to the game there. Thanks for that, Troy, and good to hear from the team at SportsSafe. As Tui Samoa now rucks the ball out and heads back towards halfway, and we get a penalty, so a good chance here for Mount Albert to strike back just on half-time. They'll get a kick for touch and one play with the ball. And they're going to tap and go. Tui Samoa launch the kick across field. Gimmels and Chase, but I think it's going to beat everyone, so that will stroll harmlessly out over the dead ball line. So Otahu 10, Mount Albert 0 at halftime in the plate semi-final here at Stanmore Bay for the SportsSafe ARL 9s. And we're going to hand over to Troy, who's going to have a quick chat to a couple of the sponsors here with Mark Miller from SportsSafe.
We're all good? Okay, we're sideline here at the SportsSafe number 1 ground at the home of the Hibiscus Raiders. We have the major sponsor of the ARL 9s being SportsSafe, Mark Miller. And Mark, what made you get involved with rugby league and your brand SportsSafe and behind the 9s?
Oh, mate, just a fantastic way to expose our brand to, a wider audience of people in the sporting community, not just league, but all the codes.